when you see before they
Get you
started
back on the track.
you know, before they started showing scenes of that kind in this country and they were accepted, you would be traveling abroad somewhere and see a movie, and then you'd see that scene that you described.
Yes.
Now you come back to the States and you see the movie again and it's deleted, and you feel kind of cheated. You say, what is with us that we can't handle something like
Yes.
that?
Well, I think in films today that, I think it's handled so well. So many of the films I've seen. I saw An Unmarried Woman recently.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just natural, and it's not sort of a great big point isn't made of it. And I think that's as it should be, at the discretion of the filmmaker. And, don't you think?
Sure, indeed. And we're going to have to pause for these messages. We're coming right back with Natalie Wood. Never right away. We're talking about, go ahead, we were talking about your husband.
Guest host.
And he's such a perfect gentleman.
Oh, he is.
And you were saying, you remember when you started doing together?
We first started going together, and that was right around the second time that he was guest hosting your show.
Co-hosting my show, yes, in Philadelphia.
He was in Philadelphia, right, and I was
Everyone
watching.
knows that you're married to Robert Wagner. I mean, I don't have to tell you. There's a song called The Second Time Around, and you guys have been married twice to each other.
Yes.
And that doesn't happen too often to people. How did he propose the first time? Because he's so proper.
He's so wonderful. He's very romantic. The very first time, I say the very first time, like there were many others, but the first time, as opposed to the second time, we had some champagne, and I suddenly looked in my glass, and there was a ring in it. And I took the ring out and looked, and he said, look, I said, my God, what is this? And then he said, look on the inside, and it said, marry me.
That is neat. That is neat. Marry me, not will you.
Not will you,
I mean,
no.
too many words in there would be cluttering up the thing, but marry me, oh, that's classy. The second time?
Well, the second time,
Same ring.
He just put again after that.
Again.
Marry me again. What did he do the second time?
well, no, the second time was different, but on anniversaries, we were in Paris one year, celebrating our one-year anniversary, and he did the same thing again with a ring. We were in a beautiful restaurant, and we ordered champagne, and I said, what's something in this? I should have remembered, but he does do wonderful things. Last year, he did an extraordinary thing. He took the back room at La Scala. Do you know the room that has the wonderful wines and everything?
Yes, indeed.
And I didn't know where we were going. I knew we were going somewhere. It was our 6-year anniversary. And we walked in. I thought maybe we were joining some friends or something. And we walked in, and the whole room was empty. It's rather a large room, and there was just a table in the center with beautiful candles. And we sat there, and Jean Leon, who's been a friend of ours for many years, personally served us our dinner, which is very unusual. And as I looked up the stairs, down came some strolling musicians, Russian musicians, and they all serenaded us with Russian music, caviar, champagne. It was really
just
a memorable night. Just the two
I
of
like
us.
that. Rather
Just
than
the
a
two of
big
us.
surprise party.
Right.
That is great.
It was great.
I am always a beat or a day away from doing things perfect. How about you, Desi? Are you perfect like that?
No, not really. Only maybe one day I'll find somebody that I care enough about to be that way.
It's wonderful.
Right.
That is wonderful.
So you are romantic.
I think I'm romantic.
He's taking lessons right now.
Yeah, that's good ideas. 2 good ideas so far. No, that's fantastic. That's
really
sensational.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that really is great. I was always excited that you two got back together anyway, because I used to see your name at Trader Vic's in Palm Springs.
Oh, on the chopsticks, yes.
And it was like Bob and Natalie's name were on this lamp at Trader Vic's in Palm Springs. And I remember seeing that always, and then I remember you getting back together. I was going, yeah, see, the name's still there, and you're back together.
You are the national chairperson for UNICEF. Now, that sounds like quite an undertaking. What does that entail?
Well, it's such a wonderful organization. I'm sure of, Danny Kaye was involved with UNICEF for many years. And this year they asked me if I would, be the chairperson. And today is National UNICEF Day. And it's to help needy children all over the world. It started right after the Second World War. And it's just a wonderful organization.
Are you going to travel like Danny did?
Well, I don't know whether I'll travel as extensively as Danny did, but
Not if Bob can.
unless he can come with me.
Yeah.
Both do. But
Well, you just,
Danny was gone all the time.
oh,
all the
I
time,
know.
yeah.
Yes, he really was extraordinary.
I remember Celeste Holm used to be associated with them, and anytime, and it's a funny thing, people are going to react negatively when I say this, but when people would ask her for her autograph, she'd say, I'd love to, but it'll cost you a quarter. And people would look, and she took the quarter and gave it to UNICEF.
What a wonderful idea.
That was a lot.
They wouldn't
Yes.
react.
No, until-
if
no.
she had said for UNICEF.
No,
would
but
they?
she would say it, and then it kind of,
Oh, yeah.
and then finally she'd say, it's for UNICEF,
Oh.
and boy, they dig down, and it's marvelous.
I used to try to get the kids to. I hate Halloween, where they go out begging.
Trick or treat?
Trick or treating, and thank God that's almost out of style because of what's happened. But I remember we used to do it for UNICEF and many other charities. And at a certain age, they go, I don't want to ask for money. I want candy.